Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about building the skill of the grid method, creating a grid, and then adding value to it. So if you notice, we have a picture of an eye, same exact size box down below. I have a ruler and I have a pencil and I have some other shading pencils, some graphite pencils here to the side to create different values. So to start with, I'm going to follow the instructions. It says create a 1 inch by 1 inch grid on the image. So I'm going to start with the first line here on my line down at the bottom, and I'm going to start with at each mark for the inch, the large one right after the number, I'm going to start making a little indent so I know where the inches are. So that's 1 inch, 2 inch, 3, 4. Notice this is less than an inch, but as long as I follow the same pattern on each side, it doesn't really matter. That last box I just know is going to be shorter. So same thing, I put my ruler all the way on the left-hand side here, and I mark 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do the same thing over the eye. So right off the side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm not turning my paper because I want to make sure that I have the lines right where they need to be. So they need to all be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I can take my ruler. I'm going to go lightly over the box I'm drawing so that I can kind of cover it up later, and I'm going to do it a little darker over the picture so I can see it a little more. Same thing, I'm lining up my ruler, and I'll do this all the way across. Now I have a grid, and just like we practiced in our other video, we are going to be recreating the drawing, focusing on the most important details at the beginning. Okay, and I have to do it in the other direction as well. So 1, 2, 3, and a little bit less, moving my ruler down. 1, 2, 3. And the way that you make sure it's straight is by doing it on the other side as well. Otherwise, you might have some wonky lines. And if they're at an angle, if they don't line up evenly, then you're going to have some issues with your final image being out of proportion. Okay, now I'm going to mark and connect them together. This that we're practicing right here, you're going to be doing on your own photograph as well. So it's really important that you take the time to practice the skill. And if you have questions, if it's not looking right, take the time to ask now so that you can master the skill for your final project. All right, I've created my grid. Now I'm going to start drawing the shapes on it. So remember, I'm going to pick a box. Let's say I'm going to pick this kind of smaller shape. It's not a square. And I'm going to look at the one that corresponds to it. Remember in our last video, we talked about marking with letters and numbers so you know where you are. Feel free to do that again. So I know this is box 5A or A5, 5A. Same thing. All I really see that's important is this little line right here. It goes almost halfway across the box. So I'm going to mark about halfway, and it goes up maybe a third of the box. So I'm going to kind of mark where I think I see it. I'm just going to draw that line for now, and then I'll move on to another box. So for me, I'm going to go along the top. I see box 4. This part of it is right in the middle. So I'm going to mark in the middle, and then I know it's going to connect like that. I might also want to mark that I'm going to have some eyelashes down here too. So go through, get the eye captured on there, and then we're going to talk about value.